Hi everyone! We are going to be looking at this wonderful transition on how to come into your revolved bird of paradise. Now what we need here is to be able to obviously twist quite deeply, and so half Lord of the Fishes, Matsyendrasana, is a perfect posture in a seated, as part of your seated sequence that's going to help you achieve that deep rotation through the torso. Make sure you spend a good 5 breaths on each side here, guys. The next pose that I think is going to be useful as well to kind of getting used to that deep twist is your Parivrtta Svarga, revolved half chair. Common errors here is that when you take that twist, that front knee kind of juts out a little bit. So make sure that you kind of keep this invisible ruler in front of your knees, everyone, and squeeze your adductors so the inner thighs are coming towards each other. Or just imagine as though you've got a $50 or pound note in between your thighs and keep hold of it. Of course, with this posture, as you can imagine, we really need to kind of work on our inner thigh and hamstring flexibility. So this forward fold with a side twist in the body is going to be a wonderful variation for you that you can take to find freedom in your hamstrings and balance to the right and the left side as you maintain a couple of breaths in this deep seated twist. Similarly, half or full splits can be a wonderful way for us to generate length in your hamstrings, and it's not too strenuous per se, so you're always more than welcome to use blocks to support as much as you need to. Seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana, can be another great way to lengthen through your hamstrings. You can either keep the legs straight or do bend the knees and maintain that close relationship between your chest and your thighs. Make sure that you keep working with the breath, everyone. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to go a little deeper. Pyramid pose, another great asymmetrical posture that you can practice to lengthen one hamstring at a time. Make sure that you keep an eye on your shoulders so that when you're folding forwards, both the right and the left side are melting down simultaneously. You may release the hands down onto yoga blocks or place them down directly onto the yoga mat if you prefer. Chest can come down onto that extended leg if that's what's working for you in this present moment. Supine cross twist is also a wonderful way for us to kind of do this hamstring and twisted posture on our backs. So I start by, let's say, hugging my left knee into the chest here to begin with, and then slowly extending the leg upwards slightly, just getting a nice bit of length there through the hamstrings. And then whenever you feel ready, just start to bend the knee or keep the leg straight. And plonk, leg goes over the other side, and feel free to reach the opposite arm across. We could call this pose twisted roots as well, and it's practice in yin yoga. It's such a wonderful pose to kind of restore the body, but also simultaneously rotate through your spine. So now we come to the standing balances, guys, because of course, revolved bird of paradise is a challenging posture in terms of your concentration. Revolved hand to foot or hand to knee pose is a great way for us to kind of twist the body whilst maintaining balance on one specific leg at a time. Similarly, your revolved hand to foot pose here is also a different variation where you're grabbing hold of that foot and then extending backwards in a standing twisted balance here. Make sure you're rooting down into the ball of that standing leg and grounding down. Revolved side angle, one of my favorite postures. I used to hate this pose, but somehow once you achieve that twist through the torso, such a beneficial pose to improve your concentration. Keep the back knee on the ground first, and then once you feel stable, look down, tuck the back toes, and lift that back knee off the floor. Make sure that you're pressing the top hand into the bottom and feeling that energetic line of energy run through the ball of the back foot. Of course, option to aeroplane are the arms as well. Those of you wanting to come into a little bind, Nuki says hi, by the way. She wanted to get involved in this little tutorial. You're more than welcome to reach the opposite arm around. A good way of doing this is to keep the knee bent to begin with, grab hold of the fingers, and then go ahead and extend the leg. Now, because we're entering bound bird of paradise from this posture, it's going to be mandatory to kind of get used to the twist. So I would start practicing that first. So here we go. Hands are down. You're now going to find the bind. More than welcome to use straps as well. If you can't find your fingers, please do use them. Look down. Lift the back leg off the floor. And then if you want, you can immediately step that back foot forwards, or maybe add a little challenge by extending that back leg high up into the sky first. And then step the foot forwards. Balance on that right standing leg, and then go ahead and lift the left leg all the way forwards. Make sure that you feel the energetic lines running through that standing leg, everyone, and keep extending that front leg. If you're flexible, lifting that top leg super high. To come out of the pose, drop the knee down, step back into your revolved side angle, release the bind, and there you have it. Namaste.